They say that an urban city consists of three characteristics. They are density, heterogeneity, anonymity. This is Goluwa. For many passing through Borella, he is a familiar sight. He is both deaf and dumb. Anyone seeing him for the first time may find him interesting or even dangerous. Goluwa has spent his entire life on the streets. It is the streets that gave him a life. It is the streets that gave him bread and shelter. And it is the streets that gave him an identity as Goluwa. Goluwa literally means the dumb one. Well, it is harsh to call someone by such a rude name. But in the wilderness of the street, your name is given to you by the streets. The name defines you, it molds you, and the name even becomes your means of survival. Goluwa is a very popular figure amongst the people of Borella. It is in Borella that he spends much of his time. In other words, it could be said that it is his home. Who is this Goluwa? Where does he come from? It is strange, yet it is the reality. His identity remains a mystery. It is only the name Goluwa that has become a permanent identity to this person on the streets of Borella. Known yet unknown, loved yet unloved, regarded yet discarded, remains Goluwa, cuddled in the warmth of the streets. A man whose past nobody knows for sure, and one which can only be assumed.
Goluwa arrives in Borella at the age when he was about 7. No one knew exactly where he came from. Alone, he roamed the streets of Borella. Until one day, he comes under the care of another street dweller. He will become the first person to teach Goluwa the essentials of surviving on the streets. Goluwa learns his first lesson. Yet learning is not always easy. Goluwa decides not to go back to his newly found friend for some reason, and instead he starts wandering the streets aimlessly. You may call it destiny or fate. Goluwa happens to receive help from unexpected quarters. And in the process, he begins to find his own identity.
Our basic instincts are to survive. Humans can stoop down to the lowest in human levels when it comes to survival. It is hard to survive on the streets. It is even harder to survive with dignity.
You don't disturb people. And even outsiders, whoever, let that be anyone, nobody disturbs him because the way he moves, people like to keep watching to see what he's doing and how he is doing. He's just living normal as we are.
All of us want to lead a dignified life. Goluwa is not an exception to this. As the city and the streets of Borella turn busy and fast by the minute, Goluwa decides to take life easy. About time that he woke up. Well, not quite. Goluwa's day opens with an air of happiness. A happiness that which comes through a sense of emptiness. A happiness which does not come by having and giving freely. When you are happy, the world around you looks a happy place, irrespective of where you are.
Nice person.
And when you are happy, you feel like dancing. Work, they say, gives you a sense of accomplishment. Work generates energy, and work gives orderliness.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කොළඹ නගරේ මංසන්දි වල ඒ කියන්නේ වරල්ල කොටේන සුළු පිටියෝගේ නගරවල යාචකයන් සහ ඒ වගේම අද පුද්ගලයන්ගෙන් මහජනතාවට කරදර දෙනවා කියලා වාර්තා වෙනවා. නමුත් බොරැල්ල පොලිස් වසමේ කොටාපාර බස් නැවතුම් වලට මදක් ඉදිරියෙන් ඉන්න මේ බුළු පුද්ගලයා ගෙන් මේ දක්වා කිසිම මහජනතාවට හිරිහැරයක් හෝ කතරයක් පිළිබඳ වාර්තා වෙලා නැහැ.
When you have worked hard and earned your living, it is time for you to give yourself a treat. Happiness is like one side of a coin, and there will always be a dark side, filled with fears, tears, and dark memories.
A man who identified himself as Goluwa's uncle comes to Borella in search of him. He finds Goluwa wandering the streets. On seeing him, Goluwa turns paranoid. Goluwa refuses to go with this man, but he is dragged away forcefully. Goluwa returns to Borella through fate or destiny. Yet again he finds himself back in the same place, which has by now become his home, away from home. It might have been through chance that he came to Borella the first time, but now he's compelled to make a choice. Borella will become his new home, his new hope, and he will become a part of its identity as Goluwa.